Hi there, friends. How are you all doing today? My name is Rabbit, and thank you so incredibly much for joining me for episode number 5 of Let's Semi-Blindly Play Eternal Eyes for the PlayStation 1. In our previous episode, after we had uncovered a letter from our assumed deceased father, and yes, friends, I do say assumed because if you do think about it, with the legend of the Eternal Eyes and how memory of them just sort of faded because they all disappeared, there is the possibility that Luke and Elena's father, rather than having died in the war, he might actually just be undercover somewhere and waiting until the appropriate time to re-reveal himself. So I don't know if that's the case or not, but I digress. So we found this letter from him, and essentially he told us that we need to find some sort of ring known as Domi so that we can successfully save the world from its looming destruction. So we got permission from the mayor to advance to an area known as the Lost Forest because thanks to our nerdy friend Mouse, we can make the assumption that the ring is there, or that at least some sort of hint leading to the ring can be found there. So let's talk to the guards here and see if they will allow us to pass. And he says no one can pass through here unless on special business. So, that makes me scratch my head a little bit. We did just get permission, but there is the possibility that rather than accessing the forest through here, that might actually just be a gateway to something later on, and we'll see it here on the map. Let's just see. Aha, here we go, friends. A third option has opened up to us. And you know, while I'm thinking about it, just to add my comment here while it's fresh on my mind, I think it is interesting that they opted to have just a general flat map with different access points that you can kind of hover your icon over, and as soon as you click on it, you just automatically are placed there, as opposed to having an overworld where you run from point A to point B and then point B to point C, etc., etc. I do think that there are advantages and disadvantages to having this sort of layout. We saw this in Rhapsody Musical Adventure, as well as in Hoshigami, what the fuck, Rabbit? Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. I actually like the name Hoshigami. We're gonna go with that, you guys. No double takes around here. But we saw it employed by those two games as well, and I do think that one of the pros to it is that you aren't littered with so many just random tedious encounters as you are running from place to place. But the disadvantage is that it's very static, right? And kind of dull that, oh, I want to go over to the Goondocks? Okay, I'll just click on it and wha-bam, I'm there. There's just not a lot it seems to interact with outside of the towns themselves. So, I don't know, take it for what you will. I just thought I would offer my thoughts while we're kind of getting through. Oh yeah, you guys didn't know? Rabbit bringing an analytical perspective to the table, only sometimes in between all of the inappropriate jokes. Anyway, handing it back over to Luke, he says, into the forest all on my own? Elena, this always happens when I leave things to you. I mean, I wouldn't say this is worth getting all up in a tizzy over, Luke, but we are once again given the opportunity to switch some things up. You can, I think we can, yes, unequip or swap out equipment, I'm guessing, as you just find better stuff so that you don't have to constantly be running back to the town and to your home to switch things out. I don't know what will become accessible with the jewels and if we can actually apply them to our puppets here. If you guys recall, and I'm just thinking out loud, I don't know if this is the case, but it seems like there was almost an incubator type setup where your puppets evolve, and I'm thinking that's where you also either engrave different jewels onto them or merge the jewels with them. But it seems like this is a menu where you can kind of click on things, right? Maybe you just can see information or the stats for each individual jewel, or maybe you can engrave your puppets with the jewels here. I might be overthinking this, and it's not going to be nearly as complicated as the coin find system that we had with Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. But for those of you that had joined me for that journey, or you played it yourself, if you recall, it was exceptionally complex the way that you upgraded spells and basically increased even just base stats of coins that you had, or wanted to transform them into a more advanced version of themselves. It was almost a little too complicated, but I did like that that complexity was there, and it was much more dynamic than what I'm assuming this game's gonna throw our way. Anyway, no point in over-analyzing and comparing and contrasting the two games right now, because I don't know what we're going to see here, but just thought I would throw out there that it's interesting that we do have access to a jewel menu here like we do with the equipment page, but I don't know if it's going to be more akin to equipment where we can actually put things onto our puppets, or if it's going to be more like the item list where you just can review what you have in tow. I don't really know. We're not going to worry about saving. We still haven't done that much, and we had saved not too long ago. So let's get this party going. I'm guessing a fight awaits us, and do you guys hear this music? It's so beautiful. The Lost Forest near the entrance. Okay, another aside, and then I swear we're gonna dive into gameplay. I think that this soundtrack is so beautiful. It just feels so enchanting and mystical. And although I've appreciated some of the more ominous tracks that we've heard, like when we were introduced to Vorles and the controversy with Balzar and him being slain, I think that some of the other tunes that have played for us have been really lovely and easy on the ears, so I like that. Just want to give credit where it's due. Anyhow, Luke says, a magical puppet master. Well, let's see what power you've got. All right, and see what power they've got we shall, my friends. Oh, yes. So our first experiment with combat in this game was a bit rough. What was that, episode number 3? But I think I feel a little bit better about what lies ahead. So the only thing I'm not too sure about is the whole treasure chest mechanic, and if I can just leave things on the battle screen, and if they'll just give us everything at the end. Maybe there will be an advantage to leaving things just kind of idling. Maybe they increase in value if you don't immediately open them. I don't really know. I'm going to opt to not open anything on the screen. That might be a bad call, but I'm just going to do it just so that I can find out sooner rather than later whether I have to actively be opening them each as they are revealed to us, or if we can just wait until everything's dead. Anyway, look at these adorable monsters, you guys. It looks like this thing might be an advanced version. Oh, I don't want settings. Might be an advanced version of Musku. It's called Fwawa. It's so cute. I don't even know what to say. And then what the hell is this? It is Pikuchi? Pikuchi, almost like Pikachu. It's kind of bootleg though, more like Caterpie. Okay, let's actually move forward. I think I've done enough derping around. We'll just, I guess, do a full-on offensive and just go and see what we can do. Now, if I can, I would like to try to cast some magic just to see what these spells are all about. Unfortunately, it does not look as though Musku has the range to accommodate what I'm really looking for. Oh, but it does appear as though Powan can move a few more grids than Musku can. So that's kind of cool that at least there will be some differences in those types of stats or those types of interactions between your puppets. Okay, that makes sense, and that makes me feel good. I guess they would have to do something like that, right? They wouldn't just give you all these different designs and then they behave essentially the same. So, kind of comforting, but, you know, it's almost a given, so I probably shouldn't have been that surprised by it. I really want that little caterpillar-looking thing. I don't know how we're going to gain access to more puppets as the narrative unfolds. I don't know if there will be items that we'll find, or if maybe they'll be given to us, or we'll buy base puppets. Huh. I am very interested in seeing how that goes. Now, something else that's on my mind. How do we tell the difference between our puppets and the enemies? Because they look the same, right? Like, look at our Musku versus the one that's standing in front of Luke. Is there a notable difference? Oh, there is. Look, our team has a blue backdrop to their portraits, and then the enemies have a red backdrop. So, okay, there you go. I guess you gotta just ask the questions, right? All right, let's just attack this one that's right in front of me. I think it's very important, though, to make that distinction early before you accidentally slay your own friends. I don't think friendly fire it's a good feeling, not even in the slightest. So let's test out our magic, and just to save mana, because I don't know if there's just going to be a series of battles awaiting us or not, we'll just do like one spell for Musku, one spell for Poan, and yeah, we'll just go from there. And that was a whole lot of XP. I guess getting the final hit does more in terms of rewarding you with XP, perhaps, than just attacking them and using your turn to physically attack. That would be my guess and how it appears anyway. Ooh, that one lived? I don't know how I feel about that. But all right, let's let these enemies go. If we're lucky, we shouldn't have to do any healing. Also, something that I'm not sure about. Does our HP heal after each fight? So many things, you guys, and there hasn't really been a tutorial outside of what the gentleman in the pub kind of offered up in terms of his assessment and understanding of what are the best weapons, or in what situations different weapons will be more appropriate to use than others. So hopefully that means that at some point someone will offer up more information regarding the puppets and how evolving them works and what is ideal in terms of, oh gosh, I don't like this. The ones that are close to dead kind of ran away, so maybe magic is the way to go with my puppets, because I don't think Luke has what it takes to just be traversing this terrain to hunt them all down and physically kill them. Like, I'm not even trying to hear that. It is not happening. Oh, you're kidding me. Can I kill at least... Goodness, I can't reach anyone. Well, I guess we're just going to be doing a little bit of damage to each of these enemies. I'd rather be killing them as I go. Ooh, that one actually should be fucked. Haha. There we go. Perfect, perfect. And I think, Poan, can you actually just move and then kill this thing? I'll save your mana here. Give him a good old licky. He should definitely die. He has 6 HP to his name. There was no way he was surviving that good time. But at least he went out happily, right? Okay, enemies, bring on your worst. You guys, I am feeling somewhat uneasy about all these chests just being here. I almost feel like I should be opening them, but I don't want to be wasting turns doing that. I want to think that it's going to give us everything after we've killed all the enemies. But only one way to find out, right? And that is to give it a good old college try at some point. All right, my friend, how much HP do you have? 20, and you have, oh God, like full 22. We'll just attack again then? I wonder if Luke will eventually gain access to magic. Ooh, and he did get a level, perfect. So hopefully that means more defense and HP there, because Luke's getting a little low. Not so low that I'm that worried about it, but I'm not trying to have him die and go out like a bitch. Not in our second fight. Although, let's be real, this is already such an improvement from our first confrontation. Woo, that was a rough time. But, you know, as soon as we had figured out exactly what we needed to do and I got my control situated, it really wasn't that bad, so I need to go a little easy on myself. It could have been worse, friends. It could have been worse. I have certainly been known to have some rough starts to games, especially when you're getting accustomed to new mechanics, new UI, all of that good stuff. And this thing had better not. Okay, for a second there I thought he was running to destroy my chest. I wonder if that's also one of the risks of waiting for enemies to, or not waiting for enemies, but waiting for your party to take out the chest. If you leave them up on the map, does that give enemies the chance of either taking them for themselves or just removing them from the map so that you don't get access to them at all? There's got to be a reason to take them early versus waiting, because, yeah, I don't really know. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I really can even reach him. What if I move here? Can I still get him where it hurts? Ooh, I can. Right on the edge there of Musku's range. So good riddance, worm guy. This should be the end of you, right? All right, friends, I didn't touch any chests. Are they all going to come to me? Or did I just lose all of them? Okay, we got a yellow jewel. Oh, they do all come to me. We got a blue jewel. We got a red bead jewel. a green H jewel, a red P jewel, and a javelin. Okay, so we got some good things. That's kind of cool. And I'm glad I went ahead and took the risk and left things up because that, I don't know, that seems a little bit lame if they would have expected you to sacrifice a turn for each of your teammates in order to open up the chest in real time. I feel like maybe the pro versus con situation here, and I'm just throwing this out there as a guess, I genuinely don't know, and I don't even know if someone's going to eventually tell us. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but my guess is picking them up early as soon as they are made available to you maybe reduces the likelihood of an enemy destroying it and you ultimately losing the box entirely. And then I think the other side of that, you know, just leaving it on the map and, you know, taking that risk and waiting until you've killed everyone and then everything is opened up to you. I'm guessing that the advantage to pursuing that path would be that maybe as they sort of sit and the treasures stew, maybe their value increases and there is like a percentage likelihood that it'll be something better or more powerful or a more advanced version of what you would have gotten if you had just opened it immediately upon gaining access to the chest, if that makes any sense. That would be my guess of what we're looking at here in terms of which path you want to pursue regarding the chest. But anyway, who really knows? I certainly don't. So, okay, let's look at our jewels here. I want to kind of see, can we access them here? Can we use them here? Or are they just here for you to look at? We got a few things, but I don't know what any of them mean. Now, we know Musku, I think Poen is red, and Musku is like purple, or is that supposed to be blue? I don't know what these things mean at all, but shall we just try? Oh, increases status, evolves at level 3 or higher. Does that mean it can evolve out of the incubator thing in our house? You guys, I don't know, and there hasn't been a tutorial, so this might be a waste, but we're so early on into gameplay, I'm just gonna see what this does. Oh, swiftness went up. Oh, and then what happens if I put power on Poen? Attack power up. Interesting. Guys, that is so crazy. So am I supposed to be using these here? Or should I be waiting and throwing them at them when they're in the incubator? I don't understand why we can tinker with these here and interact with these. I don't know. That's so confusing, but I'm just going to use all of them for now. Maybe that is a waste, but I'm guessing we're going to have more than enough opportunities to revisit certain areas and gain access to even better orbs or jewels. I don't know. Maybe I won't, and I made a very big mistake, but whatever. We're just going to roll with it. So we did find a javelin, which I'm guessing is the upgraded version of this spear. And that does seem to be the case. Holy shit, that brings up our attack considerably. That's 20 points of an increase there, right? From what, oh, maybe it's not. I don't know what my base stats are. It looks like it's just compared to if you don't have anything equipped at all. But I don't really know how big of an upgrade it is compared to the spear itself, but whatever. As long as we're moving up, I guess that's really what matters at the end of the day, rather than worrying about drawing direct comparisons. But I guess you could here. So 39 to 49. So it's a 10-point increase from the spear itself and a 5-point loss to speed from the spear. I still think it's worth it. I'm guessing speed might impact how many grids you can move on the map, perhaps? I don't know. But we were not going to worry too much about it. Instead, we will just part ways here, and when we come back together in episode number 6, I will go ahead and have saved without you guys, so you don't need to worry about that, but together we will just move forward and continue making our way through the Lost Forest. I don't know if we're going to find the ring in our next scene, or if we'll have another series of fights, or if, you know, at the end of the day, the ring isn't actually housed here, and instead we'll find another letter, or someone who can give us the information we need to successfully procure the ring sooner rather than later. But either way, I will catch up with you guys on episode number 6. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Rabbit. This is my semi-blind run through Eternal Eyes for the PlayStation 1, and I am so glad to have you guys along with me for the ride. So take care, be good, and I'll see you in just a moment, my friends.